This meeting is being recorded.
The era of AI. You are there, madam, whether it is a beautiful PPT or Creative Commons or OBS, even in every part of our AI journey, our ICT journey, you are very much there. So I think most of our people, your face is well known to them. Once again, welcome you back to this Andhra Pradesh, madam. Really, it's a great opportunity. And there are two sections of artificial intelligence, madam. One is fundamentals, another one is application part. So, our honorable chairperson, sir, Professor K. Madhumurthy Garu, the chairperson of the AP State Council of Higher Education, under his leadership, our own faculty have designed the curriculum for all the subjects, whether it is artificial intelligence, even the quantum technologies also. They have prepared in collaboration with other reputed organizations like IITs and some startups and some companies like IBM also. So in this connection, madam, this is very important application part on life sciences. This covers both zoology, botany, biotechnology, microbiology, biochemistry, and all the allied biological sciences. So fortunately, you are also from the background of life sciences. It's very impactful. It is going to impact all our life sciences people. I think here not only the licensed people, other people are also participating because most of these are related to common applications. So in this application syllabus, madam, for the life sciences, we have 5 units like infrastructure and platform for building application using AI, and also the foundations of data, the AI data pipeline from collection to model readiness, and also AI in biological sciences, AI in biotechnology, biochemistry, and other allied life sciences. Apart from the theoretical 5 units, we have also 9 to 11 labs are also there. This is gist of this syllabus. I think I have shared with you. So, dear participants, before going to the this actual session, definitely I trust it is going to be a very exciting session. You all know about Dr. Iram Khan. She is associate professor at Jamia Millia University, New Delhi, and she has a vast experience not only in India but abroad also. She did actually MSc Botany and MA Education, PhD, and she is a national coordinator and core team member in MOOCs, NCRT, SCRT, as well as higher education also. Apart from this, she has pursued her education and technological exposure at Amsterdam University, California University, University of Edinburgh, and even she worked in, trained in Johns Hopkins, the world famous hospital also. She is very important member in education technology 1 and education technology 2. To have credit to so many videos are there, and she is the core person and core member of Swayam MOOCs also and NPTEL. I think without much ado, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Arif Khan. Madam, you are most welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Anil. And it's again a pleasure for me to be the part of this program. And this time it is a program related to AI. And uh, from 2 3 years, a lot of students of mine are working in the area of artificial intelligence for their PhDs who are working under my supervision, and also a lot of trainings we are imparting, because earlier also the helm of AI was very much there, but we were not able to recognize the potential. So that's why a lot of things were there, but we were ignorant about things. But now the potential is felt, and people have started doing researches and getting a lot of studies done in this area. Before starting my session, I would like to thank Professor Anil Kumar Sharma for thinking of organizing such type of sessions and inviting me. This is again a pleasure for me. I also would like to to thank Professor K. Madhumurthy, who is the chairman of Andhra Pradesh Council of Higher Education, and maybe in future, the co-speaker who is going to speak along with me, when once he will be joining, we can meet. Although I would like to congratulate him also, so that he is going to take a very pertinent issue which is related to prompt engineering, Dr. Shri Ganesh from Heidelberg University, Germany. So thank you once again for this thinking of such type of sessions, and uh, orchestrating a scenario which is very important for us Indians, because we are a populous country who is in the basically on the way of getting Viksit, and that's why it's always important for us to go hand in hand with the new technologies. So, although the session which I have to take is going to focus on life sciences, what exactly is the importance of artificial intelligence, or what exactly is the relevance of artificial intelligence in life sciences, but because there is just sir has informed that there is a diversity of people who are joining this particular session, so I will be starting with a small general note, and then I'll focus specifically on the life sciences applications. Artificial intelligence in the present time is having its say in every single area. Let me share a presentation with all of you so that things can be more explicit. I hope that my PPT is visible. Please confirm, is my PPT visible?
It is visible, visible.
Fine, fine, fine. Thank you so much. The basic point which is related to AI is that it's based on a lot of data sciences, big data, and all. In India, in our country, we have got it recognized, because the government, the institutions which are basically government institutions like Niti Aayog, has acknowledged it, and we have got many policies, and a draft of a rule book is also on its way. So I will be discussing all those in detail. We have also received information and all important documents related to AI from UNESCO, which is an acclaimed institution, and it's acknowledged worldwide. And the basic point is that in case of education, and education, by education I mean all these subject areas, we all are governed by the policies of education. So it's a very important point that NEP 2020, which is the current policy of education, and we have received this policy after a long wait. That policy is accepting the power of artificial intelligence, and it has kept it in the category of, although the disruptive technology, but the disruptive technology is not having a negative meaning. It says that when we are going to use the disruptive technologies, be it artificial intelligence or blockchain technology, or maybe the smart boards, or any type of device based or software based technologies, which are going to help us to reduce our efforts. Also, these efforts will be mechanical efforts, physical efforts, and also cognitive efforts. There is a possibility of getting disrupted, and human capacities can be diminished. But the only thing is that we cannot stay away from these technologies, because they are instrumental for the growth and development. So that's why it's always to be very much aware of all the ethical concerns whenever we are using a new thing, a new technology which is revolutionizing, or which is going to reduce the efforts of the human human beings. And it's an irony that although we all are using artificial intelligence in one way or the other, but everyone who is using it is not accepting it in public. Most of the times, when even the students, like I'm teaching the students starting from the diploma level to PhD level, B.Ed students, M.Ed MA education students, and then also the scholars. They use artificial intelligence in one way or the other in statistical analysis, in writing the reports, and in many of the other ways. But accepting it that okay, this is something which I have used by yeah, I have created using artificial intelligence tools is still a kind of uh, taboo in our country, which is to be removed. This mental blockage is to be removed because artificial intelligence is nothing to hide. It is something which is going to stay and which is going to revolutionize. And that's why it is said that artificial intelligence based technologies are the precursor of the fourth industrial revolution. This is something, and this revolution is not localized like we had the American Revolution or the French Revolution, which was localized in those particular demographies. This revolution, this fourth industrial revolution, which is driven by AI, is not localized and it is actually a global revolution. So the power is tremendous. We need to see that how we are going to make ourselves adapted to this powers, and we are going to harness this potential in the positive way with ethical concerns as well. uh, if you talk about that what exactly is artificial intelligence, for me it is, if you are willing to create something, you will be using a lot of things which are created at some point of time for reference. Now, the point is that when you are going to use a lot of data to create a new data, then to search, to come up with a assortment of goodies or things which are useful, you are going to navigate through the internet, because nowadays we are depending a lot on the internet and searches. So if you see a small trivial example of Google search, when you put in a keyword, because it's a fuzzy logic system, so it works on a keyword search. So when you put in a keyword, what Google does, it makes an assortment of thousands of searches which are related to whatever you have searched. Now, these thousands are in front of you, and maybe if you are a newbie, you would be depending on the first one, two, three searches. There is a possibility that the algorithm which the fuzzy logic has made has given those popular searches in the place of 1, 2, and 3. But the important researches which are not touched by many of the people would have been lying in the 50th position or on the many of after many of the pages. So this is something which is a kind of lacuna of these internet based searches. Now, what is this artificial intelligence based technology? And this is just one example. It does it when you make a prompt on any of those generative AI, Perplexity, or like the most used is ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity. There is an array of all those. There is DeepSeek. There is this one, the um, Quillbot. We have got many other which are integrated, like in on WhatsApp we have got Meta. So all these are what they are working on the language processing models, and they are catching up with whatever we are trying to say, either verbally or we are trying to write, because in case you write a wrong spelling, then also it is going to give you the result, because it works on the processing, like it processes the information which you have provided. So what it does, rather than giving an array of those places where you can go ahead and search the desirable result, it makes an assortment of whatever you are requiring and it gives a crisp answer to you. So what basically it does, it reduces the efforts and time. The time is right now money for us, those who are working in the area of technology. We are always lacking for with time, because we have to do a lot of work. We have to write a lot of papers, then lectures, then all, most of them, the people are working on developing the e-content. So in today's time, the assistance is provided by artificial intelligence, and the time is that if you are in a position to take this assistance in a very very effective way, then you need not asking any of uh, your counterparts, or maybe anybody, any human assistance. Because what exactly is the difference between the human assistance and the machine assistance? Machines are very accurate, although they hallucinate. I don't say that they are not having any mistake. They don't do any mistakes. Even humans do mistakes, so even the machines, because machines are based on the data which the humans have put in at some point of time. And data means it's not only those written words which you provide to a system. Data means every single move of yours. Right now, if this conversation is being recorded, and if it has got some assistance like AI assistant also with it, even it can sense my emotions. So this is something at what time I'm providing emphasis on which word, on and where the pause is taken, where my voice is mellowed down, where the voice is much more emphasizing and giving some sort of uh, point, a point which is raised, and how much power I have used while raising that point. All those things can be analyzed. So this minute details can be analyzed. So where at what time I was twitching my lips, or when I was face my face was having a little smile, or when I was a little anxious, or maybe, so every single thing the machine can sense, and it can make a list of all those information, which will be a data for future references. In the same way, every single thing which is happening in this world can be converted into very specific data. And this data, when it is utilized for further processes, that that technology which helps us is called as artificial intelligence. So it is because of the computer systems, it is because of the internet, the facilities of internet, and also the capacity of these machines to record the data. The servers, when the servers have increased their capacities to 5G, and the cloud storage capacities have increased, the power of artificial intelligence started increasing. And that is why we have seen nowadays every single place is covered with those systems which are driven by artificial intelligence, because they are accurate and very much time saving. For the people who are new to artificial intelligence, although I feel that right now the audience to whom I am facing would be very much aware of artificial intelligence, but just for the sake of making a premise, excuse me, I can just go ahead with the a small uh, overview of what are the types of artificial intelligence. Uh, we have got three types of artificial intelligence right now. The first one is the narrow artificial intelligence. So this is the categorization, and let us come ahead and see that what are those types mean. So the first one is artificial narrow intelligence. Then we have got artificial general intelligence, and then we have got the artificial super intelligence. So in case of those things which come under the narrow intelligence, we are using AI from a long time. You must, every single person would be using Siri or Alexa or there are many names which through which we are using such devices, which which can take the commands, the voice command, and give you the desired result. Right now we have got uh, even the televisions and all those systems are, even the fans, the ceiling fans and ACs, the geyser, the all those devices are fully equipped. We You can take a Wi-Fi enabled system, a ceiling fan or a AC or a washing machine, and you can sit at your own office and you can handle all those devices remotely. How it is possible? Because of the internet, and because the systems are coming AI enabled nowadays. So even you can give the voice command. You must have taken this. Let me give an example which is happening in my own household. So my sister's place, she is having a home where all the fans are AI enabled and they are all connected by Alexa. Television, AC, lighting, the room lights, every single device, and the children have done this, not my sister. So I was there with her a few days back, 15 days back, I was visiting her, and I was like, and her daughter, who is just 11 years old, she was managing things so promptly. I was like, what is happening? These kids are doing? So they were just saying, you don't have to go to the switch. You have to just give a command, because every single equipment is connected to the Alexa, which takes the command. And the beauty is that it takes the command even in Hindi, even in the regional language, because now the large language models are integrated with these systems, even with the narrow artificial intelligence devices, which are going to take the command in the regional language, and within no time they are going to transform this local language command to the language which is recognized by the machine. And this recognition, this reaction time is very less, and that's why it seems that you have given the command and it has taken and it has performed the work which you are desiring to perform. It becomes a magical event, and it basically saves the time and human efforts. I was a bit conscious about this thing, that maybe the children are going to be very lazy and they are not going to do any work. But my sister said, no, it is not that. Like, we are not using it in that way. We are like in night time, or when the elders are there, it is very useful. Or maybe when the systems are uh, very much required by so many people, then it is useful. And it was very useful. Although I have just asked her that maybe you can reduce the use of Alexa and such type of devices, so that the children are active and they are not sitting idle and just seeing TV and doing all those tasks with the help of all those voice commands. So the this is something where the human cognition, the human awareness is very important. Now the point is that this is what? This is a type of artificial intelligence, which is the part which is coming under the artificial narrow intelligence. It's not at all something which is very sophisticated. It is a small, crude use of AI. So just imagine that when you will get these sophistications done, which I'm going to discuss, especially in case of life sciences, then what wonders it can do. So all those machines, the ATMs, the calculators, all those machines which are working on the commands, these are basically based on the idea of artificial narrow intelligence, which have got very limited memory. They work on the large language models, and they can do the task which is asked to be done by the master who is right now human being. There is a theory, this is something which is going to come in future, that, and I can see these things happening, that in future there will be the systems, the machines, which will decide that what humans are going to do. Let me give one example at this juncture. Right now we think of that we give commands to the machines, but when you are ordering some sort of things, the grocery, I live in a place where I'm depending on a lot of things for uh, which I need to procure from the market on the online, through the online platforms. Even most of the times I buy the vegetables and fruits also online. So uh, when you open this Zepto or Blinkit or Flipkart Minutes, there is a algorithm which these systems follow. What they do, they see that what exactly is the pattern of you buying things. Okay, so what they do, they will start giving a lot of uh, pop-ups that this particular thing which you have bought earlier, it is now reduced in price. And I have checked it, uh, like when this type of things happen, I was very curious about that, whether I am getting the this reduced price or these pop-ups or maybe others also. So what I did, I took at the same time simultaneously two phones. One was my phone through which I order or normally, always I order through that phone, and I took the other phone, my husband's phone, and I just started checking the prices and the offers which were there on the device, on the other device. This is something which you have bought up before 1 month or some, at some point of time, this brand you have bought, so this is now reduced, they have reduced the price to 20 rupees or 25 rupees, so that this person who has bought it earlier would be inclined to buy it again. How it happens, there is no human being, let me just clear it very much to you, that there is no human being sitting and handling every single individual, because there are crores of customers who are actually buying and working on this particular application. So it's not possible that a human being can handle personally to somebody, and it will become very clumsy also. There are machines, and these machines which are based on, and the in case of business, in case of online businesses, these artificial intelligence led machinery is very successful. The business model of artificial led machinery is very, very successful. They work on the idea of customer first, and they don't want to leave the customer. So if you leave, like if you can also try this, if you've got 3 4 apps through which you buy the grocery, and you just leave one app for 1 month, don't buy anything from that particular app, and then open it after 1 month, and you will see the range of offers which you are going to get. They will even offer some amount, some 100 rupees bonus or some sort of, there are a lot of nomenclature which they have devised, which they will, the lucrations which they will give, so that you can come back and buy it. So this is what, this is based on artificial intelligence. The systems are based on artificial intelligence. The customer who is trapped should be trapped, and how, and they are asking, like at times I end up buying a lot of things which I was not actually requiring. But because there was an offer, 50 rupees less, this offer is there, so I just end up buying this. And then when the things are arrived and they are stacked in the closet, I just think of whether I was the person who was deciding what to buy and what not to buy, or the machine is somebody who has decided that what this human has to do. And this is just a beginning. Artificial intelligence, the potential of artificial intelligence is as much that it can create a demand at any point, at any place, because the algorithms work in a way that it can improve your interest, it can generate your interest in something which was not interesting for you at all. So this is something which is just the example of artificial narrow intelligence. When we come to the subfields of AI, machine learning and NLP are the subfields. Computer vision, robotics, they are all the parts which are assisted by AI. And in the present time, we are working on the idea of personalized learning, because you all would be aware of that NEP also has a vision of inclusion. Inclusivity can be managed only if we deal with the child who is having a special need or some sort of specific requirement with a very human touch, and that is possible only if one to one interaction or one to one dealing can be done, man to man marking can be done. So this man to man marking is done by many of the institutions with the help of machines. Even the government of India has stated in the NEP that the idea of personalized learning in the area of special education, in the area of dealing with those who are somehow suffering with autism or learning disabilities or any type of disabilities, or a gifted child who is beyond the uh, beyond his or her sense of accepting knowledge, is beyond the level of the others. This fellow is, because this giftedness is something which we were earlier not addressing. But in this particular situation, in this particular policy, even the giftedness is addressed. So it should not be taken as a person who is chaos creating. This fellow who is a gifted child, why not we go with giving him or her assistance, so that the abilities can be utilized in the best possible way. And that is only possible with the help of personalized learning devices, with the help of assistive devices. Assistive technology is a terminology which is growing every single day. Every single day we are having certain systems, certain software, certain hardware which will be useful for providing assistance to human beings. And you always have to take be very very clear about this point, that assistance can be required by anybody who might be considered as the so-called normal, because even I require the specs uh, for assisting me. So these are the assistive devices. If the device which I am requiring, if I am requiring uh, a better quality keypad to type, that keypad is basically an assistive device. If I am using a pen, and this pen, for making a proper grip, the pen is having a rubber uh, cushioned kind of thing, which is at the part of the pen where I am going to hold it. Even this particular rubber part is the assistance which is provided to me, and it is not a day's effort. Those who were working on the development of those pens in the companies, they would be doing a lot of R&D for bringing a very comfortable grip to the pen. so that it should not slip, or it should be comfortable. The pincer grip is made in a proper way. It should not make any mark on the fingers. A lot of things are taken care of. And these are what? These are all assistive devices when they are providing assistance. And these are all covered under this area of personalized learning. So a lot of things can be done with the help of artificial intelligence. When we talk about artificial general intelligence, there are so many things which can be talked about. There are certain things like those systems which are having the use of AI, like the drone systems. For when we are using these drones, earlier they were only for the purpose of amazement, or for children who were using it for as a play device. But you just see that where right now we are using it, is the drones are used for photography, for surveillance, for even for warlike situations. In the war situations, they are used as arsenals even, and to carry the arsenals and placing it at a very pinpointed place. Drones are used in n number of ways. The it will be very difficult to make a list, because every new day brings a new use of those systems, and they are fully governed by the artificial intelligence. There are so many other systems, like there are tutoring systems which are using AI led techniques. In case of researches, the students are using for data collection, for data analysis, for making their tools. Every single part is using some sort of AI. There is this third type of AI, which is artificial super intelligence. Earlier, people thought that maybe it is only talk, which is basically covered in the fictions, the science fictions, the movies, and maybe those magazines which are having those stories on science fiction. A lot of movies have come in that particular area, but in today's time it is getting real. The artificial super intelligence is something which is based on a human like system. You can call it a humanoid as well, who will be having every single aspect of a human personality. Robots were there from a long time, but what they were lacking? They were lacking human-like moves, uh, human-like systems, human-like emotions. Now, what is happening? There is this area of digital humanities. There is this area of emotion, trend analysis in terms of emotions, and the systems, the artificial intelligence systems. What they are doing, they are making primers which can actually outline the emotions, when how we emote. So there are six basic types of emotions which the humans are having, and there are so many adjunct emotions which are the combination of one, two, or three of those basic emotions. So how we express our emotions, the basic point is that human expression of emotions is very much explicit. We can explain by seeing my face. A person who is knowing me would be able to know that she is happy, or she is sad, or she's anxious, or she's angry. My students, when I enter the classroom in the morning, and if I'm very happy, they react in that way. They try to speak, they try to do action in that way. But if I enter in a kind of bad mood, they understand without saying a single word, without listening to a single word from me. They are able to understand that ma'am is in which mood and how to behave right now in front of her. How it is possible? Because they can read the emotions even by a single sight. After seeing me for a second, they can actually make out that what exactly is her mood, because they see me every single day. And you can just imagine how you understand when your parents would be trying to ask you something without saying anything. I can just see my mother, and I can understand that what she is trying to say, whether she is trying to have a glass of water, or she is trying to say that you may go and study. This was something which happened to all of us in our childhood, that we just see our parents, and that glance, that glare which they would have been imparting, if they are sitting with somebody who and having a conversation which is very private, or something which would not be done in front of the children, they would have seen us just in a specific way, and we were able to understand that, okay, leave this place, leave and go to your own room, and just do whatever you want to do, but don't stay here. This is what? This is done only with the help of emotions, those emotional expressions. And these machines, the artificial superintelligence, is based on the emotions, the integration of emotions to the human like machines, to the robots who are humanoids. So what they are doing, they are adding all the frequently asked questions, the answers of those frequently asked questions to this humanoid, and also all those emotions, and how to express, how to respond to a specific emotion. All this is data. So what they do the tracking of all those emotions through the markers which they actually do with the help of tracking a lot of human beings. So if you are tracking lakhs of human beings, and every single move, every single exclamation, every single sight is tracked and recorded, then you can make an assumption, you can make a trend, that when humans are using their upper lip in a way that it is twitched to one side, they are trying to give a little smile. So this type of data is getting created, and it is added to the human like systems, which will be acting just like human beings in future. So right now we have got the movies which are showing that there is a huge crowd, and in that crowd 50% are of the people who are in the crowd are robots. So these type of movies are there, and people are not able to identify that who is a robot and who is a human, a real human. But I can see this happening in future, because earlier we were even not thinking of that maybe we are going to handle every device of our homes sitting at a remote end, but now we are doing it. An 11-year-old child is doing this with super ease and super precision, every single thing she can do. So just see the development happening, and the pace of development is very fast, because it works on the kind of the series which is fibrinogen series. So it works on a very fast pace, and the accumulation of data, it becomes exponential when it comes to growth. So that's why the supercomputers, the superhuman, the artificial super intelligence, which right now is a work of fiction, will be reality in future. So many things are there in terms of AI based assessment, AI based proctoring. This is even happening in my own university, when we offer the online exams to the students who are opting for an online course. Like we have got a center, there is this online the Center for Distance and Online Learning, which is having even the MA course in online, there are two types of ways in which the students can opt for a course. They can go for a distance mode course or an online course. So if a person has opted for an online MA, then even the exams are going to happen through online mode. So when the students give the exam, and if they see this towards this side or towards this side, or maybe they are out for a second, there will be a message which is going to come on their screen that you have done something wrong, and if you have done this thing thrice, then you will be blocked, and you will not be in a position to give the exams. How that is possible? With the help of facial recognitions, with the help of movement recognitions. So if they are moving, and even right now the movements with the which our systems are recognizing is the movements, the entire body movement. There are systems who even can recognize the eye movement. So if you have got something where you are seeing again and again and doing some sort of work, and the system recognizes that the eye movement is happening very rapidly, it will block you to do the work, and it will give a message that you would be using some unwanted sources for giving the exam. So this is something which is very, very much important to understand, that the power of AI based systems is immense. So these are a few examples of those devices and systems which are using the normal artificial general intelligence systems. Nowadays, a lot of things we are doing with the help of generative AI. We all are using this chat GPT, and if somebody says that no, I'm not using chat gpt, that fellow, I think, is not giving you the right picture, because you might be not completely depending on chat gpt, but it is something. And if somebody says that I don't know chat gpt, or I don't know the Gemini or all these systems, and that fellow who is in the active service or active student life, I feel that the progress aspect is not known to him or her, because we are not in stone age. We are keen to develop, and that's why knowing all these things is not a bad thing. And if you accept that, okay, I have written a paper where I have got the assistance of AI, even the systems are going to accept. Scopus is also accepting those type of papers, because like I'm in the committee of many of those journals, which are earlier, when there was a care list, they were care listed, and a lot of other institutions who work on the development of uh, many of the e-content and publications. So there was one meeting where we were supposed to decide that what should be done in terms of AI based plagiarism. So the systems were like, the institutions were keen to make it zero tolerance. They said that we are not going to accept a single word of AI, which is AI generated. So because I was also in the panel, so I said that then it will not be possible to create a single word, because AI is nothing which is a kind of box where things are kept. It's a system which runs on every machine, whereas there is a word, it is it can be sourced by AI. So you can't say that you are not going to accept, or you are going to make a zero tolerance policy. Then whatever is going to be added by any of the persons, written by any of the persons, AI is going to have that data there in the system. Like if I write my name, it and if there is a zero tolerance policy, then even I can't write my name in a paper, because it is used in many of the papers, in many of the publications, and a lot of content is already in the public domain with my name. So in the same way, it's not possible for us to go for a zero tolerance of AI, and it will be a wrong thing. We are not going to go in the stone age back now. They understood this point. I think I was thinking of that, maybe there were so many big biggies in that meeting. So, but they thought of that I am somebody who knows a little bit of ICT. So they turned towards me for this particular decision. So I just kept my point, and it was accepted. And right now, there is not a single place which is in the process of developing e-content or publications who go with this zero tolerance policy. Go with any of those Taylor and Francis, or Nature, Springer Nature, or anywhere in India. You will get some percentage of. See, we when we go with the scrutinizing of that the papers for the journals, especially in case of the journals of NCRT, where I am editor, and in different capacities I'm associated with. So these journals are like governed by the ministry. So we put in the material to Urkund or to Turnitin. Turnitin is right now having the facility of AI percentage detection. So it gives us that okay, 40%, 30%. So we, if there is a paper which is created 100% by AI, then we don't take it. We say that no, that this is something where nothing is done by the human being. Only a prompt would be given, and then the entire paper is. But if patches are taken, like if there is a small part which is taken with the help of AI, and that is making a paper beautifully arranged, then there is no any harm. So that in that way, the percentage of AI is detectable, and the human beings can make an assumption that what exactly is the way in which this is something which is created. So generative AI tools, very useful, very helpful, but rely on, you can rely on them, but never ever become a slave of them. Always try to be the master of these tools. Try to just get some assistance. Don't try to overly overly rely on them, because they can hallucinate. They can give you wrong answers. Always try to triangulate what exactly it mean. If you are using something, like if you are trying to get some excerpts of researchers, and you got something from Perplexity, always try to open it up, like they give the links, the citations and cross citations as well. Even Perplexity, which is considered to be a very good generative AI tool for research purposes, even it hallucinates. ChatGPT and Gemini also do it a lot. Hallucinations are very often. So, what should be done if you get something which is for research purpose? Always try to take that, place it at different places, or like place it on the search engines, and try to check the entire paper, because it gives you a small excerpt, and also the reference. If you ask that please provide the citation as well, it will provide you the citation. If you say give it in APA 6 or MLA or Chicago Manual of Style, it is going to provide it in that own way. But always cross check whether the paper which it has given, whether that paper or that book or that thing is existing or not. So you can make a triangulation, because still these systems hallucinate a lot, and they can give you a wrong information. So the generative AI tools, very useful, very popular, but we have to use it with our own general intelligence, not only artificial intelligence. There are so many GPTs, a lot of things are there. There are so many, like this is a presentation which is for the purpose of giving a lot of idea related to our AI. It's a big presentation where because there are people who are in different areas who require the presentations, or who require the information related to AI. But because here the focus of this presentation, this particular lecture, is related to life sciences. So I am going to present a document which is in public domain, and it's a very recent document. It got released in February 2025, and it's a very useful document for all of you. I'm using it from a long time, and I just wanted to show, although PPT is there, but the PPT is made with the help of things which are stated here only. So rather than using the PPT, I just thought of showing this document and working deliberating on the points which are covered in this document itself through the document only. So this document is created by Microsoft, and a very good thing is that Microsoft has created this with the in India, like India in taking the perspective of India. So that's why this document is not having all those features which are very, very kind of only the global scenario or the scenario of the US or UK is covered. It's not like that. Or in case of artificial intelligence, Japan is doing a lot. So their perspective is also there, but Indian perspective and also the perspectives which are related to the policies are also covered. So if you see this document after all those messages, you can come up to a executive summary. This executive summary is something which, like, to what I ask my students when I offer them a policy document, that always read the executive summary first. Why? Because it gives you an idea that what this entire document is housing. Then what next is that you read the document in a in one go after the executive summary, and you can make out those particular points which were covered, which were mentioned in the executive summary. After first reading, there will be many things which you must have missed. So when you will be reading that policy document for the second time, you will be in a position to understand all the nitty-gritties of the document, and you can even corroborate the new document with the older version of any of those policy documents. You can make a comparison of the older documents with the new one. So that's why always three things are to be done. First is to read the executive summary, then have a go through of the entire document, and the second reading is going to give you a very kind of good idea. And if possible, every person should be writing a small kind of review. It might not be a review, but you should make a note of what you have read, because maybe my notes would be different from somebody else, because the focus which every person would be having, like a person of biotechnology would be searching for all the biotechnological involvements and innovations. A person of pharmaceutical industry would be searching for what happened in the drug industry. So in that way, when you read the documents, you can get the takeaways which are specifically uh, for you. So that's why this particular document is very important for us who are willing to know that what type of AI inventions, AI uh, revolutions are happening in the area of life sciences. So you just see in the summary itself, it has given a very small, crisp this thing which is related to those critical challenges that those organizations may face who are implementing AI. When they are implementing AI to their institutions, and especially in case of industry, in case of life science industry, where basically humans or animals are involved, what type of challenges they may face. So the first challenge which they are marking is the ethical concern, and we all know that this is something. Ethics is something which is very important to address whenever we are talking about anything artificial. The artificial intelligence based on data and all, the ethical concerns are very important. the concerns which are very important. Why they are very important? Because they work on algorithm, and algorithms are something which are doing the trend analysis. Let me give you a very very simple example. There was a picture, like I was creating